Hey everyone, so the new CSP Preview 1.80 version 2.18 was released a few days ago, and I know there's a few niggles with it and some people are struggling with certain parts of it. This is actually running now at the Nord in 8K textures and 17,000 trees, 3D trees, and you can see it looks fantastic. And performance wise it's very similar to the last preview version on my rig. I know some people are really struggling to either get the game running with this version though, or they're seeing some major issues. So today I'm going to go through the 8 main areas that you need to be looking at and will help you get the best out of this latest version of CSP. The first place to go is the new content manager. Now I know on my last video I did say you can install it drag and drop into the old content manager, but if you're getting any issues, please download the new content manager off Ilya's Patreon page. Once you have installed this and run it, go to settings, custom shader patch and about and updates and install the public 1.79 patch. Once that's installed, then restart Content Manager and then go into Ilya's Patreon page again and click on the link to install the new custom shader patch directly from the Patreon site. You can see here, do you want to install a preview version of 1.80 Preview 2.18? All you do is click on yes there, and then it will automatically load up Content Manager and install this for you. Now if you're getting any problems with the latest version of CSP, this is the first thing I would do before you look at any of the other tips in this video. Also, do remember when you have reinstalled a version of CSP, you may find some of your settings have changed, so don't assume that all the settings you've changed before have actually now stayed the same. Some of them may have reset, and you see a couple here with AI, they will actually be set a certain way depending how you've installed CSP. And we're going to go through these in more detail later on because they have a big say on how your new version of CSP is going to run. Speaking of the game running, a number of you have started the game and had black skies, which is a sole problem, we know about that, or the game just simply won't run. Now when you go into the quick drive menu on the new content manager, it's vitally important to check what the controller is. This is the weather controller. It may be set on default, which is the wrong place for it to be. It needs to be on Sol 2.4 or the latest version of the Sol planner and control that you want to run. That is in a different place to the old content manager and CSP combination. The next thing we're going to look at is really bright screens or bright screenshots. So if we go to settings, custom shader patch and reflections FX, there is a tweak there that shot cube map around focus car rather than the camera. Uncheck that tweak and that should help with your bright screens. If it doesn't, also go to graphic adjustments and you can see under AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution there's a disable for screenshots, and if you're still getting problems on screenshots and the overall screen, then take off Fidelity FX altogether and try it then. Next up is a big one, and that's crashing with AI spline errors or the game just not loading up correctly, or even getting graphic card errors like I had with this. So depending on what track you're on, there's a piece here under custom shader patch new AI behavior, and it's avoid sides when raining. If you've got that ticked and this avoid puddles, you could get some problems. I have found personally that avoid puddles is fine to be on, but avoid sides when racing, take it off at the moment if you're having problems. Using this simpler AI spline as well can also fix some issues. So there's a few combinations of that depending what's happening on your computer that could really help you out. This may also help you out with frames per second too. Hey everyone, STRIX Gaming has gone over 30,000 subscribers and I really can't believe it, so a massive thank you to you for all the support that you've given me over the last 2 or 3 years. And to celebrate, I'm going to put a giveaway up on the channel, and I'm going to be giving away my 3080 RTX video card, and I'm going to ship it anywhere in the world. Not only am I giving this away, I'm also going to sign it so you can own a piece of STRIX Gaming history, and you'll get featured on the channel when you receive the video card. So the link is in the description below. Do click on it, take a look at the video on there, and good luck. That really is a brilliant opportunity to own a bit of my gaming history. But next up, we're going to go on to number 5 on this list, and it's extended physics. So as you can see here, I've got a checkbox for extended physics. This is an experimental piece, but this is what gives you all the different rain tires and rain physics. So if you've not got them, you need to switch this on. If you go into settings and you go into content manager and drive, you'll see there's a small box here where you can tick it and actually switch the extended physics on for all the different cars cars that you're going to use. This will mean it's actually switched on the main drive menu, and you can tick that box whenever you want to. Okay, on to the next section then, and the next one we're going to be looking at is wipers not working. So if you go into settings, custom shader patch and weather effects, you will see now there is a new option here, which is turn wipers on and off automatically. If your wipers aren't working correctly in game, make sure you switch this option off, and then we're going to go into game and we're going to use Soul Planner. So if we just flick into the game now, you can see we've got the Protect P1 at the noise schleifer there, and the wipers are working because that's in the Soul Planner. We've got a -1 there. -2 actually switches it off altogether. -1 is automatic. 0 switches it off, and then you've got the different numbers to make it go faster or slower. So you can adjust the wipers manually, but the normal way is just to put it onto -1, and then they will come on and off with the range. So remember, in that weather effects section there is a new option now that you can switch on and off. I would switch it off at the moment. Next up, at number 7 on the list, we're going to install CSP manually. That's a drag and drop if you continue to have problems, especially with dwrite.dll. So all I've done is I've taken the lights patch, I've extracted it onto my desktop, and then going to drag and drop the extension folder and the dwrite.dll over to my root of a set of cores. So that's normally in Steam apps, remember. I'm just going to overwrite here because I've already got it installed. But if you do have any issues, that is a really useful way just to double check you've got the files in the right place. You shouldn't need to do that, but some people have had that problem. And lastly now, we're just going to look at some VR issues. So there's a number of VR issues that people have been having. So I'm going to go into settings, custom shader patch and mode tweaks VR. Now one of the main ones here is stabilization for custom VR mirroring. If you've got that switched on, you could have some problems there. Also, if you're getting a black screen, that could be down to your Nvidia shader cache, so do delete that. And I know there's lots of places on the internet that tell you how to do that. And also turning off real VR mirrors can help too. And I know it's not ideal, and I'm sure Ilya is working on some fixes for these, so don't be surprised if a new update does come out. Ultimately though, the new CSP preview is fantastic when it's running correctly, and again, looking at this footage, it looks fantastic. Do remember those extended physics. That's going to help you get all the rain tires on and get those new AI settings set right as well, depending on what's happening on your rig. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the continued support. If the video is useful and helps you, please do give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out with YouTube. See you soon, guys.